I will just call it. This IAE event has been a complete disaster. The failure of providing a reliable, enjoyable, somewhat playable experience is simply not there. It is bug after bug after bug, and people are noticing it. In global, you notice the frustration, especially with new players. People that are, of course, because of the free fly event, they thought they were signing up for a game. You're not signing up for a game, you're signing up for a testing experience, which they don't just get, they don't understand. They don't understand that you should be okay with so many bugs, so many broken mechanisms, so many, so much wasted time everywhere. And you see it and you feel it as well. I mean, it is just terrible right now trying to play at all, And then there's, everything else. Stuff like this. Perseus, people becoming aware of how bad multi-crew is. There is no multi-crew. The only thing you see is people begging for someone to, hey, can you please come and play my Perseus, please? Can you man my guns? Is it okay? Anyone? It is sad. It's fucking adults begging people to play with them because it was always a little bit of a scam. The Perseus, we knew it would be. I didn't expect it to be this bad. I mean, it is way too slow, slower than the Hammerhead. It hasn't got enough shield. The A2 has one extra shield, has 3 shields, size 3. The Perseus has only 2. For that giant ass ship, it's enormous. 2 size 3 shields. It's just not enough. You just get eaten up by anything. It's a sub-capital ship destroyer, but it can't really destroy the Hammerhead, which was their poster. Literally their poster was the Perseus just running through a Hammerhead and broken in half. No way in hell. It gets chewed up by the Hammerhead. The Hammerhead is faster, has more shield, and those are the things that matter. And then there's so many more things. The disappointment with proprietary weapons in a fucking ship. What are you even doing, right? Back to paywalled modules less than 6 months after the Blade mess. They just don't learn. It's not that they don't learn. They learn, but they're just too greedy. That's the problem we have with these people, right? This game. And, every once in a while, this game is fun when it works, which is almost never. Right? Finally, you get a crew for a Polaris to run some missions for some rep. Good lord, nothing works. Missiles don't fire, turrets don't fire. We have no targeting. Then the audio bug comes, and shortly after, we crash. CIG, what are you doing? I'll tell you what they're doing. They're just trying to make as much money as they can on us idiots. That's all they're doing. That's sadly all they care about. The only thing you and Spectrum nerds know how to do is blah, 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 nonsense, say stuff. It isn't a finished game. GTA 6 started development almost 10 years ago, and after this game, and it's true. You have a bunch of simps white knighting for the $1 billion company, like the meme. I love that meme. The fat guy with a ponytail, bald, and going like, "Oh, leave the $1 billion company alone." What are you doing, man? What are you? You're really not. It is bad. IAE has been an absolute disaster. IAE has been an absolute disaster because unless you are a moron, you see that there's something that's not working here. The missions. This is worse than it was years ago. I cannot think of a single IAE event that was this bad. Even basic missions, even the basic bunker. Forget about trying to do anything else. Basic bunker missions, like going down into a bunker and having a couple of waves. I got it to work once in Hurston. Microtech, I've tried a few times, nothing. Armor, balancing of armor, it is impossible. You get one shot kill all the time. You barely survive one shot with heavy armor. Light armor, there's no point to it. Medium armor, impossible. You get one shot killed all the time. Sometimes through walls, you're not even there, and you get one shot killed. So the balancing of the FPS, worse than ever before. Never been this bad. This balancing is a disaster. You cannot do FPS. Ship combat, they don't even show up. Gauntlet Scenario 6, which is kind of like one of the staples of, okay, I'm going to make a little bit of money there. Not working. Last time, not working. Bounties, nothing. You show up in the quantum marker, nothing. Nothing. You just show up there, there's nothing. The game doesn't fucking work. It's not working. Ooh, the Vandal thing is super exciting. Really? Is it really? because something tells me it's working like crap as well. Nix. What is Nix? Nothing. A new system with nothing. I mean, Pyro was already empty. Pyro was a new system with not a single city in it. Okay, what about Nix? Nix is a new system with no planets. So, it's not a system, is it? There's fucking nothing in there. It's just Levski, which you already had in the game, but you just took away. And now you reinstate it as something new. And then you have people, that really, really want to believe this is real. And they, I decorate my ship. Dude, what are you even doing? Not only do these things despawn, you will have your ship blow up. This is the kind of thing, poor bastard, decorating his Cuddy Black, really? These are new players. These are either new players or just brain dead morons that are trying to convince you, or even worse, convince themselves that this is a real thing. No, there's not going to be any damn persistent of anything. All of these things disappear all the time. We're not even respawning in our hangars anymore. We're respawning in the hubs again. They announce these great achievements. You're now respawning in your hangar, saving time, making your home. I had a ship in my hangar, disappeared. Yes, in my home base, in New Babbage, in my hangar, I had a ship there on the side, came back the next day, nothing, empty. Everything had just disappeared. It's just silly at this point. It is silly what they've done. So, yeah, some people will tell you, oh, no, it's super awesome, everything is great. But most people, they realize there's something that's just not working here. There is way too many problems. Most of all, too much punishment, almost no relief. I mean, I could go on all day with engineering coming, which is nice feature. Wait until it's actually there, because it wouldn't be the first time that they announce something and years later it's nowhere to be seen. They just stop talking about it, and fuck it. I just stopped talking about it. It's not anymore. So it's paying little in the game. You barely can get a ship in game. Everything is 5-10 times more expensive than before. Missions don't make any money. Dude, it's been a failure. This has been a failure. I don't know. I'd like to actually see the numbers, because who the fuck bought the Perseus? If you haven't fallen for it before, watching this certainly didn't make you want to buy it. I don't feel like giving them a single cent. In fact, I'm not giving them a single cent. Nothing at all. I'll just melt whatever crap it is I have. I've already spent enough money on this bullshit as it is. I'm still here, positive, hopeful that one day things get better, but they're not looking any better. They're not doing a good job. They're actually doing worse and worse each passing year. We have worse of an experience, than the year before. The game died to a great extent for me, with master modes. Our NPCs too responsive. They're respawning all over the place, like in the Onyx facilities. I went to ASD investigation missions. We're flawlessly apart from the most frustrating thing, which is inventory disaster. The whole mission went to without a single problem. Beautiful NPCs were ultra responsive and actually offering a challenge. First time I ended up with tier 1 injuries, having to... Dude, they're respawning in front of you, like the game that a child could have made. Instead of having, elevators or fucking a door. No, just spawns there in front of you. It's like, what are you doing? And it never ends. It's an endless stream of enemies. Yeah, we have problems, guys. The game is really not good. The ships are a disaster. And, even if you put up a super OP ship, the problem is not ships. The problem is CIG and their greedy ass agenda, which is just monetizing and just doing that alone, not offering you a proper game experience. We're not adding anything good. Levski was pulled out and now reintroduced. Nix doesn't exist, and the game is worse than before. Even doing the basic missions, even those don't even work. Crazy. Very, very sad.